Coming up. I love it, I love it, I love it.
A bit of naked camping.
Arnold Schwarzenegger style.
I sometimes add stuff.
Oh, you went a bit estuary.
You're going to keep both of them in, aren't you, you swine?
Right, guys, listen up.
Alexa, play How'd You Say That?
Very, very different to the way that Sam did it.
First of all, I'd follow the instructions.
I think it works.
Just kept speeding up.
I love Mark's ideas.
Chances are they won't get to the end of your first read anyway. And now, enjoy the podcast.
How do you say that?
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 Hello again, and welcome to another enjoyable ramble through the world of words on How Do You Say That? The podcast for voiceovers, podcasters, and anyone else with an even vague interest in how your script should sound. I'm Sam Boffin in London.
And I'm Mark Rise in Bicester in Oxfordshire. Here's something fun I bet you didn't know about Sam. She asks a friend or neighbour to turn on her Christmas tree lights every year. I love that, yeah. Sam. Can I do it? Can I do it one year?
You can do it one year. Yeah, we have a topping out ceremony.
How brilliant.
We've got a toilet roll Santa that goes on the top, goes on the top every year.
Nice.
And then we ask, well, it could be a boyfriend or girlfriend of the kids, depending, and or it could just be a friend or neighbour. They come in and we do a little ceremony while they turn on the lights and we all go, yay!
How very festive.
It's very festive in our little kind of,
Little world.
Little house, yeah.
Love it.
Well, anyway, and a little known fact about Mark is that he does love, and I was a bit surprised by this, everybody, he does love a bit of naked camping.
I do. I do. And in fact, next weekend, I'm
really?
going naked camping.
Well, it's going to be quite hot.
Yeah, no, with about 200 other people. You've got to put sun cream in the right place. Hey, don't think about it too hard, okay? Just don't think about it. Well, as I hope you may know if you're a regular listener, the idea of this podcast is to read some real scripts, approaching them in different ways, showing there are as many ways to read a script as there are voice artists.
There are, and of course it's not just Mark and myself. Every week we invite a voiceover guest to come and share their opinions and their talent, and this week it's multi-award winner Alexia Kombou. Hi, Alexia.
Hi, Alexia.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Mark.
Hello.
It's lovely to have you here. Well, Alexia's been nominated for 25 awards in the last 5 years,
Wowzers.
Including being the winner 3 years running for Best TV Commercial at the One Voice Awards.
Oh,
that's amazing.
So cool. Wow.
You may have heard her down at your local co-op or when you call Eon. Recognise her voice now? Yeah, exactly.
I've spoken to myself a few times on
I bet you
Aeon.
have.
Is that a really weird feeling?
Yeah, and very annoying.
So, originally, Alexia studied drama and film at Queen Mary University in London, and she thought she was going to be an actress until she found the world of voiceover. And now she can be heard on national TV commercials for Nivea, ClearScore, Virgin Experience Days, Polestar Cars, and AO.com, to name a few.
Well, back in 2020, Alexia voiced the government health advice videos for NHS COVID testing. Day to day, she records mostly commercial, corporate, IVR and e-learning scripts. So, Alexia, have you got a fun fact for us?
I do have a fun fact. It's probably something quite unexpected. I used to do female bodybuilding.
Wow.
Nothing like Arnold Schwarzenegger style,
Right.
more the bikini category it was called. So it's more glamour, wearing your bikini, strutting your stuff on stage, but being pretty muscly and training really hard for it. And I actually came top in the UK. That was back in 2016, so I look quite different now.
Do you still do it, though? Do you still work out in the same way?
I still train pretty hard, but not competitively. It's you can't be a full-time voiceover artist and a bodybuilder. It just doesn't work.
To be fair, you injured yourself at the gym and Sam's been really ill. So between you, I've got two invalids with me today, haven't I?
Yeah.
Well, in a little while, we'll be looking at a promo script that Mark has brought in. But before that, let's see what Alexia's been working on as we ask, how do you say that?
How do you say that? Right then, so what have you brought us to have a go at, Alexia?
I've brought you a commercial that's for a sports brand shoe,
Right.
a trainer specifically. It's supposed to have quite a cool urban London feel to it.
I mean, you are the voice of cool urban London. I know that you advertise under that, and you do a lot of work under that banner as well, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be quite difficult, Mark, for you and I to pull off cool urban London.
Yeah, possibly so.
You'll surprise yourselves.
Is this TV or radio?
This would be radio.
Okay.
Right.
And a 30-seconder?
30 seconds.
Okay.
Mark,
So it's...
don't put a blooming
Well, no, I'm going to say...
time on it.
Actually, I think that breathes quite well for 30 seconds. It isn't overwritten for 30, I don't think.
Not for someone
No.
with coming out of laryngitis, mate.
Yeah, true. It's a lovely looking script. Did they give you any particular direction on it?
Powerful, impact, cool,
Cool.
something like that. Yeah.
That's the one I'm going to have difficulty with.
Right.
We'll see. Sam, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
No, I'll go first. It's fine.
Okay.
Mile after mile, stride after stride, every second counts. Ultratex Air, the lightweight running shoes with memory foam. Supreme cushioning and responsiveness. Search Ultratex Air and get 25% off with code TEXAIR25. Offer ends 2nd May 2023. Ultratex Air, forever faster.
See, it's a lovely softness, but the speed is there, and that's the thing. I kind of feel the air foam in your voice there.
In your voice.
Exactly. It's weird,
Not-
that, isn't it?
Not
Do you know what
cool
I mean?
urban, though, I feel. And, but, you know.
No, but it's got that raspiness, which is
Yes.
really nice to listen to.
I think your 20 Woodbine voice brought something to it, to be fair.
Do you know what I think I didn't do? I didn't give it... I felt it was all on one note. That would be my direction back to myself.
Rather than the urgency, perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, you know...
Interesting.
You know.
I'm not sure I'm going to bring cool and urban to this, but I've got an idea in my head. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it
I love
works.
Mark's ideas.
Mile after mile, stride after stride, every second counts. Ultratex Air, the lightweight running shoes with memory foam, supreme cushioning and responsiveness. Search Ultratex Air and get 25% off with code TEXAIR25. Offer ends 2nd of May 2023. Ultratex Air, forever faster.
That was so
Ooh.
sweet. That was a very different
I like that.
Trying to give you running along.
Absolutely.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unexpected. That's cool.
Not quite sure, Alexia, I got cool or urban there.
Well, we can tell you're using the product, so that's good.
Yes, exactly. Exactly right. We don't get asked for that, Sam, a lot, do we, to be fair?
No, I don't actually. But I want to hear what that sounds like.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
Alexia, can you give me a mile after mile?
All right. Mile after mile, stride after stride, every second counts. Ultratex Air, the lightweight running shoes with memory foam, supreme cushioning and responsiveness. Search Ultratex Air and get 25% off with code TEXAIR25. Offer ends 2nd of May 2023. Ultratex Air, forever faster.
Yeah, I fully get the urban
Nice.
there as well. And it takes the urban to a point where you go with and second and 2023. That's exactly the urban kind of sound that I would expect it to be.
Yeah, and what was interesting with what, Sam, when you said you felt like you were all on one level,
Yeah.
with a lot of urban London reads, they tend to like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's a really odd kind of feel
Yeah.
where sometimes less is more. So there's
Yes.
less intonation, less up and down.
The one I'm often asked for, unsurprisingly, because that's almost what I did with that, was that kind of breathy, sexy kind of, what's the word? You know, doing a sort of perfume ad or
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. They don't want masses of intonation. They want it all on a level. So I totally understand that.
And that's where it goes into radio imaging as well, because that's what radio imaging wants all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mile after mile, stride after stride, every second counts. That similar kind of monotone finish to the urbanness. Yeah, no, I understand what you mean.
Do you have a natural urban feel? You dialed it up when you were doing that? Because you don't always speak exactly like that.
No, yeah. So I'm from North London.
Yeah.
So it's not an RP accent.
Yeah.
But through doing voiceovers for so long, it has diluted a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's only in the last, I'd say, 4 years that urban's really come into, it's in vogue.
It shows how things change, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's good to have it in your back pocket.
Yeah, too right. How often do you get to pull out urban?
I would say good, maybe 30% of my work.
Gosh, as much as that? Wow.
Lot,
okay.
Yeah.
And is that, do you think, because you're known for it now?
Partly because it's a very popular style at the moment. It works with conversational reads. It feels more authentic. And for specific brands, it works really well. Sports brands love it. It really does depend on the kind of genres you work in.
The example that I'm thinking of, the guy that does the McDonald's commercials, he's right there.
Yeah,
KFC went down that route as well, didn't they, in terms of a really hard urban read?
Oh, yeah, that's like $2.99.
Yeah,
really,
absolutely. Yeah.
Really, yeah.
So it's worthwhile remembering these are real scripts that we've been working on, but we have changed the names and some of the details sometimes to avoid copyright issues. So, Mark, do you want to tell us about the script that you've brought in?
Yes, well, mine is a video game promo. I do quite a lot for this company. It's an overseas company, and they have the contract to do a series of video games that loads and loads of people really like. But I'm not ever part of the video game. I'm just part of the promo world for it. So I appear on YouTube a lot doing promos for them, but not actually in the game, which is a bit sad, but hey, there we go. It's got to be one side or the other, hasn't it?
Well, though presumably they want a recognisable voice to do all their promos.
But they also get me to do it in lots of different ways. So they get me to do different characters within the promos as well.
How interesting.
But they always want it quite hard. It's quite, these are war games. So people that play this game, they're used to kind of lots of explosions and tanks and everything else. It's relatively straight down the line. If you imagine yourself as a commander yourself, so as if you're like the chief of the battalion and you're talking to the people that are playing the game, that's kind of the direction that I'm given with it sometimes.
Right.
Sam, do you want to go first?
So I'll go first. Okay.
Commanders, starting from season 10, every regular battle monthly will feature...
I love it. I
love it as well.
No, carry on. I love it.
It's like the comedic version of... No, I
think it works.
I can't. Only in a comedy setting.
All right.
So I'm not sure I can do it quite like that. That just made me sorry.
Go on, we'll give you another go.
Thank you. I don't know if I'll do it any different. It'll be exactly the same.
Commanders, starting from season 10, every regular battle monthly will feature its own themed storage. The storage will commemorate your combat journey, give you a deeper insight into the commander's stories, and help you earn even more tokens for gameplay. You can access the themed storage from the chapter selection window or the gameplay progression. Season 10 includes 3 pages. On each page, you will find customization elements, secret documents, or commemorative items that will immerse you in the story and the combat campaigns of our familiar heroes.
Oh, you went a bit estuary.
Yeah,
Did I?
like that.
Yeah, you pulled a bit of estuary into there, and that worked.
Yeah.
There you have it.
I like that. That is not at all what I expected you to do, especially after the first bit of read.
That was a surprise.
I thought I can't do the same read again. I would.
I mean, you've given us 2 very different ways of doing that just from that one thing.
You're going to keep both of them in, aren't you?
Yeah, of course I am. Alexia, has that given you some ideas as to how you're going to have a go?
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's go. Commanders, starting from season 10, every regular battle monthly will feature its own themed storage. The storage will commemorate your combat journey, give you a deeper insight into the commander's stories, and help you earn even more tokens for gameplay. You can access the themed storage from the chapter selection window or the gameplay progression. Season 10 includes 3 pages. On each page, you will find customization elements, secret documents, or commemorative items that will immerse you in the story and the combat campaigns of our familiar heroes.
very, very different to the way that Sam did it.
Very good. I enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed that too.
Really like that.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you whipped through it. You went really quite fast on that as well.
Yeah, I felt like I was running a marathon. Don't know why. I just kept speeding up.
I think almost it's written that way because it gives you that kind of feel to it. It's almost a breather in the one line in between the two longer paragraphs. But no, I really like that. And it had that power that we were talking about to actually try and get the commanders to start playing more. Obviously, I mean, it's trying to get people to do in-app purchases and all that kind of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I loved it, actually. Yeah, I thought it was great. Had a lot of pace.
It did. Yeah. I like it.
I'm a bit
I like it.
now.
Shall I show you what I do for them?
Yeah,
Which again
yes,
it's
love
different
to.
again. It's different again. Right, here we go. Commanders. Starting from Season 10, every regular Battle Monthly will feature its own themed storage. The storage will commemorate your combat journey, give you a deeper insight into the commander's stories, and help you earn even more tokens for gameplay. You can access the themed storage from the chapter selection window or the gameplay progression. Season 10 includes 3 pages. On each page, you will find customization elements, secret documents, or commemorative items that will immerse you in the story and the combat campaigns of our familiar heroes.
Wow.
Oh, I like that.
How long do you have to keep that up for there, Mark?
I do breathe in between. We do cut it, but it's like,
Yes, intense.
yeah, as I say, that script was probably 3 times that long.
Wow.
I hark back to your script, Alexia, because there's almost the monotony of that same power going through this one as well.
But works.
Yeah.
Interestingly, all of their scripts begin, Commanders. It's like,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's quite cool. I quite like that.
So
Yeah,
it
that's
almost
cool.
takes you into that character straight away.
Yeah, you need that word sometimes, don't you?
Or something.
Do you ever
Yeah.
add stuff when you're... I sometimes add stuff
Sometimes I do, yeah.
to get myself... Yeah.
Probably the last 2 or 3 years, I've done it more and more to get into where I need to be, even on fairly straight corporate stuff, to actually get into the rhythm of it. I will add another sentence on the front and then chop it off in edit and think, oh, actually, they might quite like that.
Yeah, and it helps with the conversational reads. So if
Yeah,
you were
it
to start, if
definitely
you
does.
add in the sentence like, right, guys, listen up,
Yes.
then
Exactly.
Yes.
go into the script.
Totally.
It really helps.
Yes, it does. Yeah, particularly if you're doing any sort of visualization in that, if you're sort of thinking, right, okay, this character or this narrator, this speaker is speaking in this kind of way, and if you put the right little bit of extra on the front, it makes a big difference.
How do you say that?
All right, let's mix it up a bit, shall we? With the section of the show where it can all get a bit scary or lively or loud or giggly or, frankly, just a bit left field. It's the wildcard section.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Now, Alexia, do you want to choose one of the scripts we've just done and give Sam a new way of thinking about it?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like you to go with my script,
Yeah.
but I want you to be Barbie,
Barbie.
and you're in your funky little trainers.
I like it.
But it could be
Okay.
British Barbie. It doesn't have to be American Barbie.
Oh, I'll do something. It's fine. It's fine. I can do it. I've got my trainers on.
Nice.
Right then. Mile after mile, stride after stride, every second counts. Ultratex Air, the lightweight running shoes with memory foam. Supreme cushioning and responsiveness. Search Ultratex Air and get 25% off with code TEXAIR25. Offer ends 2nd May 2023. Ultratex Air, forever faster.
I could almost see you tottering because
I
Cindy and
could,
Barbie
I
wear
could.
hii heels. Don't they? I could almost see that. Absolutely. I think you brought that to life beautifully.
Really?
Yeah,
really.
you're super proud of your Ultratex Air.
Yes. How did it feel? What were you imagining?
Yeah, I was definitely imagining a very, very tall, slim lady with pink things on her feet.
Yeah.
But tiny, like little pig's trotters,
Yes. I mean, they do have tiny feet, those dolls.
Tiny, tiny feet, right up on their tippity toes. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's a good start to the wildcard section. Alexia, you get to go next. And I think I'm going to choose your script as well, the Mile After
Okay.
Mile
You
script.
Okay.
But I am going to suggest, could you do it as a lazy person who hates exercise, would never own a pair of running shoes like this, and is frankly a bit dismissive?
Okay. All right then. Mile after mile, stride after stride. Every second counts. Ultratex Air. The lightweight running shoes with memory foam. Supreme cushioning and responsiveness. Search Ultratex Air and get 25% off with code TEXAIR25. Offer ends 2nd of May 2023. Ultratex Air. Forever faster.
That's really someone that didn't want to be there. I love that. It's like, oh, you've given me a pair of running shoes. Thanks for that. Yeah. That's the last thing I want. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Really nice. It's sometimes so difficult, Sam, isn't it, to go from one extreme right down to the other.
Yeah.
It
Very
is, yeah.
difficult, particularly on your own script. So well done.
Absolutely.
On that one, God.
Very much so. Very much so. Now, I've been quite mean to Sam over the last few weeks in the wild card, so I wonder if she's feeling like she's going to get her own back today.
No, I doubt it. What shall I do for you, matey? I would like you to be a very excitable, eager Boy Scout.
Okay. For which one?
Oh, for yours.
Oh,
for sure.
For the commanders. Okay. So like Boy Scout that is over-eager.
Over-eager Boy Scout.
An eager beaver Boy Scout.
Yeah, a bit like the little Boy Scout on Up. But eager.
Oh.
Eager.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. All right. I'm just channeling my inner 12-year-old. It's like, Commanders, starting from Season 10, every regular Battle Monthly will feature its own themed storage. The storage will commemorate your combat journey, give you deeper insight into the Commander stories, and help you earn even more tokens for gameplay. You can access the theme storage from the chapter selection window or the gameplay progression. Season 10 includes 3 pages. On each page, you'll find customization elements and secret documents, or the commemorative items that will immerse you in the story and the combat campaigns of our familiar heroes.
I love that.
So cute. That was like a little Beano voice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fascinating because I saw it in my mind's eye in drawing form.
Yeah. Okay.
In drawing form
Yeah,
rather than in
yeah.
live action form.
It felt like something it felt like a comic book.
The point, Alexia, being that we think if you go back to doing a script in the way a director wants after you've kind of tried a wild card, it gives you a completely different perspective on it.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. And, it's exploring, we'd never be directed to do it in that way. Well, you might be, Mark, to do the work like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's good fun. And then it almost feels more natural it feels easier going back to how it should be done.
Proving again, there are no right ways and there are no wrong ways, just a lot of different ways.
Wow, what a wise man you are. Remember that the easiest way to listen to How Do You Say That is on your smart speaker. You just simply say, Alexa, play How Do You Say That? And you'll always get the latest episode. Wow! You can also subscribe on your favourite podcast platform, and our latest episode will magically appear on your device as soon as we publish.
It will indeed. Well, we'd also like your burning voiceover questions. What is it about the job, the marketing, the actual reads, the audition process, the dealing with clients that bothers you? And there can be quite a lot, can't there, to be fair?
Quite a lot, yes. Well, our question this week is all about auditions. How many do you send? And do you slate your auditions? Alexia, what do you do with your auditions?
Well, first of all, I'd follow the instructions. So if sometimes they say to slate or not to slate.
Yeah.
If it doesn't mention slate, I don't. I only slate if it specifically asks for it. In terms of the amount of takes, I wouldn't send more than 3, and throw in something they're not expecting.
Like a wild card.
So a wild card, exactly.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't fit the brief, because sometimes they don't know what they want if they haven't heard it yet.
Stefan Cornicard always advises, or not advises, but Stefan Cornicard apparently often sings at the end of his auditions.
How brilliant. That's how he gets so much work.
Well, of course, he's brilliant voiceover, but the point is that anything that will make you memorable, because if you can imagine sitting through all those auditions, I think it's a great little tip.
Well, I used to slate all the time, apart from when it said do not slate. And I have completely done a 180 on that. And now I don't slate at all unless it specifically says. Yeah. Because it was brought to my attention relatively recently that if you're going through 60 different demos, you just want to get on with it. Yeah. You don't actually give a hoot who it is at that point unless you hear something you like. So I've stopped doing that. So I do a take and I discard it now completely, so I don't even consider the first take, and will very often send my second take. And it's only really if I think I can bring something very different to it or two completely different ideas that I'll do a second take now.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's interesting.
They haven't got the time. The chances are they won't get to the end of your first read anyway.
That is true, but
Depends
I
how long
would
the audition is, right?
argue.
Yeah.
I'd also argue that doing 2 or potentially 3 allows the director or whoever's listening to it to hear that you can be versatile.
True.
So if you're not giving them exactly what they want, we'll never give them exactly what they want.
Because they don't know.
They do at least, they're aware that you can bring the changes.
Yeah.
That's why I would be tempted to do definitely more than 1.
Yes, and I do sometimes.
Not more than 3, but definitely more than 1, yeah.
If I understand what the client brief is,
If you think you understand.
you've got to look at those client briefs quite carefully. You've got to break them down, haven't you?
Well, you do, but
In as much as you
nonetheless.
I understand what you're saying, Mark.
Yeah.
If you say it's a corporate or say it's a medical, you know what they want. They want
Yep.
a normal medical read.
Yep.
You do your medical voice.
Yeah.
Because you can't really
medical
go too
voice.
different. Yeah. So in that instance, I would 1 and then 1 only if it's going to be very different.
Yeah. What do you do then, Sam, mainly?
Well, I almost always do 2.
Yeah.
It depends what type of genre. Depends on the genre. If I'm at the position where I'm in a shortlist, so I know
Right.
that either my agent or it's usually one of my agents has sent me something, and I know it's kind of between me and 2 other people or something, and they've told me who the client is, or even if they haven't. But I often say at the beginning, I often do a little personal. Hi, it's Sam. This is, here are just a couple of takes of your script. Thanks for listening.
I like that if you know that you're in a short list,
Yeah.
a short list.
Yeah.
But if they're going through
agreed.
60, yeah, exactly right, yeah.
Because I heard somewhere that there have definitely been instances, because I never slate, like Alexia, I never slate unless it's asked for. But interestingly, I have also heard those apocryphal tales where people say, I was actually booked on my slate.
How long's the slate?
Well,
Yes, quite.
Quite. But, people have been booked on the way they say their name.
Oh, God, how many different ways are... I mean, it just shows there are no right ways and no wrong ways. It's just
know.
whichever casting director you're doing it for at that particular time.
I think you've got a really good point there. You make a really good point, Mark, because I think people are short of time. They just want to hear that you can... Are you giving them what they want to hear?
Yes.
And actually,
Yeah.
you may not be, in which case next.
And Emily Jardine says it's all in the first 5 seconds. If you haven't gripped them in the first 5 seconds, she's moving on. She is moving on.
Oh, it's harsh, isn't it?
It is. But I guess if you've got that many to go through and you hear something that you know it's not, then you move on.
Well, I guess it's who you're auditioning for. If
Yes.
say it's one of your corporate clients and they've got 2 voices they're interested in, they send you a casual email. Can you just send a sample for the client?
that's
They'll
very
choose between
different,
you 2. That's very different. I would say
that's very
take more time.
Yep.
You can introduce yourself.
Yep.
Do what you want to do.
Yep.
But it just really depends on where the audition's coming from, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's fascinating stuff, isn't it? All of that.
It is,
Alexia,
yeah.
thank you so much for being
Thank
a guest on the
you.
show today. All of Alexia's details can be found in the show notes. So if you want to get hold of her, you want to book her, it's all there.
Yes, and remember, we will be putting both of today's scripts in the show notes so you can have a read yourself.
Yes, and do send any voiceover questions that have been niggling at you to us at podcast@britishvoiceover.co.uk.
And if you have the time, we would love you to write a review for us on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to subscribe while you're there.
Oh, yes. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks again to Alexia. It's been really lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you, Sam and Mark. It's been really good fun.
Thank you. Thank you. And now we are all going to say the name of the podcast together. How do you say that? So just to remind everybody. So we will be back next week with more scripts and another voiceover guest when we will be asking...
How do you say that?
How do you say that?